Barak Yahweh,
Barak Yahweh,
Barak Yahushua,
Barak Yahushai,
Barak
Barak
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Barak
Barak
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Bashem,
Rakah,
Bakra,
Kodash,
Kodash.
a double honor to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson is actually going into a current event that through the Spirit I saw on Press TV. All right, the elder is actually going to bring it out as far as that, but the lesson will be entitled from Isaiah 14 and 10, Art thou also become weak as we. All right, elder.
This is from PressTV.com. The article is entitled Major General Soleimani sharply reacts to Trump's recent military threat. It says Iran's Major General Qasem Soleimani has sharply reacted to the recent cabaret owner-style military threat by U.S. President Donald Trump against the Islamic Republic, saying he takes the position to respond as a soldier since it is beneath the dignity of Iran's president to do so. Addressing Trump, the commander of the Quds Force of Iran's Islamic Revolution Guards Corps said, "You threaten us with an action that is unprecedented in the world. This is a cabaret rhetoric. Only a cabaret owner
That's dealing with entertainment, okay? And you see that term is dealing with entertainment only. Go ahead, bro.
Only a cabaret owner talks to the world this way." He was reacting to Trump's all-caps tweet addressed to Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, in which he threatened the Islamic Republic with actions the likes of which few throughout history have ever suffered before. The tweet came after President Rouhani warned the U.S. against its hostile approach against Iran, saying America should know that peace with Iran will be the mother of all peace, while war with the country will be the mother of all wars. It is beneath the dignity of our president to respond to you. I, as a soldier, respond to you, Soleimani further said. It says, you already did all you could. The senior general further reminded the United States of its failures in its invasions of Iraq and Afghanistan. What was it that you could do over the past 20 years, but you didn't? You came to Afghanistan with scores of tanks and personnel carriers and hundreds of advanced helicopters and committed crimes there. What the hell could you do between 2001 and 2018 with 110,000 troops?
So basically, he's summarizing, okay, all America has tried to do. Okay, go ahead.
You are today begging Taliban for talks, Major General Soleimani said.
Now, 20 years ago, a nation such as Iran would never have declared anything towards America like this. Okay, so spiritually, you can see America actually going down the slope, man. America basically will be destroyed, man, because the Most High is raising up these other nations, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, a real quick precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah 13:26. Therefore will I discover thy skirts upon thy face, that thy shame may appear.
Right, and that's what's going on, man. So that's the reason why America will be judged in such a great fashion, man. Because hey, in order to be judged, the prophets actually has to declare the shame, which is actually America's sin, man. All right, and then the Most High is also utilizing these other nations and a spiritual chess match to destroy America too, man. Go ahead, bro.
The Iranian commander added, Afghanistan was a poor country. What the hell could you do in this country that you are currently threatening us? You arrogantly attacked Iraq with 160,000 troops and multiple times compared to what you used in Afghanistan. But what happened? Ask your then commander, who was the person that he sent to me, and ask, is it possible for you to give us time and use your influence so that our soldiers would not be attacked by the Iraqi fighters?
And basically, hey, that's another form of shame. He's exposing America, man. So right here, this soldier, all right, is saying how America was pleading to this soldier, this general, okay? Because why? Hey, America is actually losing its power as a superpower, man. All right? This would have been unheard of when we were coming up. Okay? You couldn't have not paid a nation to even think about such a statement like this, yet alone declaring it, okay, from a national scale. Go ahead, bro.
So that our soldiers would not be attacked by the Iraqi fighters in these few months until we exit this country. Have you forgotten that you provided adult diapers for your soldiers in tanks?
That's a true story. So he's saying that not only were you pleading to buy time, but actually you had to give your soldiers adult diapers, man. You got niggas supposed to be soldiers wearing the pins inside tanks. Why? They fucking scared, man. Which brings me to a precept, Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee. Now what is hell? This hell is actually a condition, man. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. And now that's who the dead is talking about. The chief ones of the earth, such as Iran, such as Russia, such as China. Okay? It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? All right, so you see spiritually that this scripture is being manifested right now. Go ahead, bro.
Despite that you are currently threatening the great country of Iran, with what background do you threaten us? We are near you, where you can't even imagine. We are the nation of martyrdom. We are the nation of Imam Hussein.
So what he's saying with the martyrdom, okay, like the elder had broke that down, he's basically saying that we would die behind this, man. Okay, just like the prophets would die for Yahweh Hashem Al-Shah, this general is saying, hey, he's willing to die as well as other soldiers that follow him for the mother or for the country which he calls his mother, Iran, man.
Yeah, because he would die for his people, would die for his nation, die for his land.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and because that's why the scriptures reference Ishmael as being a wild man.
That's right.
It says, you better ask. Come, we are ready. We are the man of this arena. You know that this war would mean annihilation of all your means. You may begin the war, but it is us who will end it, he said. In Yemen, Soleimani said the U.S.-backed coalition of Saudi Arabia and its allies has been incapable of making any gains against the country's Houthi Ansarullah movement, which is both running state affairs and defending the nation against the Riyadh-led aggression. Mm-hmm. A mere organization is standing against you in Yemen, but it has emerged victorious in the face of the most advanced of your military equipment. What have you achieved over the past 4 years? You stripped the Red Sea, which used to be a safe sea, of security. Mm-hmm. You brought under fire Saudi Arabia and its capital, Riyadh, which had not seen a single rocket fired at them for 100 years. Mm-hmm. The senior general further warned Trump against insulting the Iranian nation and president. Trump, you must not threaten our nation and must not insult our president. You must know what you are talking about. Ask your predecessors and take advantage of their experiences, General Soleimani emphasized. Mm-hmm. Right. It says the senior military official also censored the U.S. for supporting the most hated anti-Iran terror group called the Mujahideen Khalaq organization, saying Washington failed to achieve anything by doing so. The commander of the Islamic Republic, Quds Force, said America had some grandeur in the past, and when its fleet moved out, a nation fell apart. Mm-hmm. Have you now become attached to the Monafiqin who have been thrown in the trash bin of Iran's history? You have become attached to a vagrant woman and show her in all your networks. Is your hope pinned on this? Is this all your power? You are aware of our power in the region and capability for launching asymmetrical war.
And what that means, asymmetrical war, means it's not equal, man. So right now, he's declaring that they're stronger than America, man. Okay? So, hey, these other nations are declaring to America, hey, you have become weak as we. What does that mean? We have nuclear power too. All right, because these countries have used their agriculture, you know, okay, their resources such as oil, okay, black gold, and they invested in their militaries, in their army, so on and so forth, man.
It's like a man that continued to train while as you were in your prime, you slacked up a bit.
That's right.
So as you slacked up, that person that wanted it real bad, which in this case, the scenario would be these other nations, they surpassed you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and because World War III is going to kick off, man.
That's right.
And all these nations that are puffing and tapping these shoulders and making these threats, they're going to be involved.
That's right. Hey, this is Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And Gog and Magog is referring to Russia. And say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them having swords.
Yeah, because as they're trying to avoid conflict, avoid confrontation, because they know that we're living in a nuclear age.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why every time they make a threat, it's always utter annihilation and utter destruction.
That's right.
But the Lord said He's going to put that hook in their jaw, and He's going to bring them back into that Cold War state of mind, man,
Yeah.
and make this war hot.
That's right.
Because
That's
this is going to be the war of all wars, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be the war of Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
The scriptures call it Armageddon in the Hebrew, which is the valley, you know what I'm saying, pretty much the land of the Most High's judgment, you know.
Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them, they for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
And that land, that valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shaphat, you know, the valley of the land of the Most High's judgment. Because there he's going to plead with the people,
Mm-hmm.
plead with the nations, man.
Meaning he's going to judge you.
He's going to judge you
That's
by
right.
death.
That's right. That's right. And then it states in Ezekiel 38:2, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, meaning that Russia is going to be a leader of these nations, man. And it states, and this is the point, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet.
That's right.
So, Persia, which is Iran, is going to be part of this World War III, man. Okay, and he's letting you know right now that they're willing to die behind this, man. Okay, because why? This has to fulfill prophecy. Prophecy has to be fulfilled. Yahweh Shah has to return back, man. Okay, you got something, bro?
Con. Nahum chapter 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Read on down. It says, "Woe to the bloody city."
Yeah, and the bloody city is America, and the reason why it's described as the bloody city because it was built upon blood. Go ahead, bro.
It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not.
Right. So the nation of Israel departed not, man. We're still held captive in this landmass, man. All right, and we're still subject to payments. All right, we're all slaves here. Go ahead, bro.
The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the vehicles.
and of the
lunchtime. Go ahead.
and of the prancing horses
Mm-hmm.
and of the jumping chariots.
Mm-hmm.
The horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses.
And what's that? What did it say? Glittering.
Yeah, the glittering, the glittering spear.
The glittering spear, meaning that nuclear ballistic missile, man, is going to destroy this demographic, man. Go ahead, bro.
And a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses.
And that's the aftermath. That's the aftermath of it, man. All right, because a lot of people are going to die on this demographic.
They stumble upon their corpses.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts.
That's right, and that's what America did. They sold our nation through the process of Christianity, man. All right, in Jesus' name. Okay, and so at the end of the day, there's going to be bodies all over this landmass prior to that nuclear destruction. Because once the nuclear destruction makes contact with America, nothing will be left, man. Nothing but ash. Go ahead, bro.
Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts.
So the Most High is against America, man. America was actually created to be that last captivity for the nation of Israel. You didn't come to this landmass to actually evolve and thrive here.
And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame.
Right, the nakedness. So all those sins, all that wickedness you have committed. All right, the Most High is exposing you, man. That's why these other nations are calling you a satanic empire. You know, I heard Putin stated. It was a couple years back. He was stating that America doesn't even believe in God. Its God is Satan. You know, years ago that never would have been heard of. Okay, so these other nations are hip to you, man. And then it was also, I think Russia has a missile entitled the Great Satan. What is Satan? The adversary, man. All right. Then these other countries knows your history as far as what you did to the Israelites as well as these other nations. All right. So the Most High is continuing to lift up your skirt, man, because basically you have to be judged. But in order to be judged, your sin has to be announced.
That's right. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
And that's what's going to happen, because once America is destroyed, because the Most High has pronounced judgment upon her, hey, these other countries as well as us, we're going to know this is what you don't supposed to do. All right?
Good.
All right, I got one. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 29, where the nations of the dragons, well, you know what? I'm sorry, 2nd Ezra 15 and 28. Behold, in horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, as with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
Yep.
What is the land of the Assyrians? America, man. All right, and the Carmanians are actually the Persians, man. Okay, so prophecy has to be fulfilled. These Iranians are going to join Russia, all right, because Russia is going to be their leader as well into World War III. All right, so Russia is their big brother, man.
And read verse 31.
All right, verse 31. All then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them.
Yep.
Then these shall be troubled and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them, and in their host shall be the fear and dread and strife among their kings.
Yep. Keep going.
Behold, clouds from the east and from the north until the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star. And blood shall be from the sword unto the belly.
That's right, man. You know, and that's those nuclear missiles, man. You know, because that's why the scriptures reference the Arabian, the Carmanians. You know, because all these so-called Middle Eastern partners that we see today that are huffing and puffing at the so-called white man in these last days, they have a major part that they're going to play in the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, man. Because the people say, where's America in the Bible? America is coded. The great daughter of Babylon, are to be destroyed. Assyrian, Nineveh. You know, Babylon the Great. The mistress of witchcrafts and whoredoms.
Was Sodom?
Sodom and Egypt.
Yeah, Sodom and Egypt.
You know, that's this place, man. Like a precept for you.
Go ahead, bro.
Revelation 17 and 6. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast.
Now, the 10 horns is actually going into the EU, and they added more nations to offset prophecy. Go ahead, bro.
These shall hate the whore.
Right, so the EU shall hate the whore, man. Why? Because, hey, what did Trump say last week? He said that the EU are foes, man. All right? You don't talk about your alliance like that, your ally like that. Go ahead, bro.
And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
And the reason why she's going to be desolate, naked, and eat her flesh because they're going to send missiles as well, man. All right.
Yeah, that was it.
All right. Hey, this was just a quick lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. All praises to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Rakam Kadash.
A double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.